Manx Radio Sports, brought to you by The Print Shed. Visit theprintshediom.com today to set up your personalised web shop for your sports club or business.
Friday the 31st of July. Good evening, it's Ben Cunningham in the chair for Rob this week. Coming up this evening, we'll be looking at everything that's been going on at the Commonwealth Games. We'll keep a close eye on Matt Bostock in that bronze medal final. Will he get the bronze? We'll wait and see. And we look ahead to the start of the new season for FC Alaman. Welcome to Friday Sport Preview. Now, no doubt, the main headline so far for Team Isle of Man in the Commonwealth Games has been this historic performance by David McMulkey, the Manxman who excelled in the track event elsewhere around the world in recent years, claimed bronze medal in the men's 10,000 final in Glasgow this week. It was the first Commonwealth Games medal since Tim Neal on the Gold Coast in 2018. It's also the first time in history the Isle of Man competitor has won a Commonwealth Games medal in athletics. After his incredible performance, he spoke to Manx Radio.
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. It's a culmination of years and years of hard work that I've put in, and you know, I think we're now starting to see the rewards of those development years, and you know, being here 4 years ago and just being here more for the competition, but now this time to be competing for the medals and winning a medal means so much to me, and hopefully inspires some people on the Isle of Man as well.
From humble beginnings on the Isle of Man, out to the USA where you've flourished in the last few years, now a Commonwealth Games medalist, where does this rank in your athletics career so far?
I mean, it's probably my biggest achievement to date, but I mean, it means the world to me right now, but you know, that doesn't mean we're also done. We're coming back for more, and you know, the sky's the limit, and we're going to try and keep pushing on from this, and it's hopefully a great stepping stone for competing in other major championships moving forward as well.
First and foremost, it's testament to your ability and your dedication, but is this also a bit of a victory for Isle of Man athletics as well? All those people who have dreams like yourself, that you are an example that those from the Isle of Man in athletics can dream big and win big.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I went through the youth development system. I went from running on the Manx leagues, the cross-country races, and had the support of the Isle of Man, and ran all the YDLs and Island Games and stuff. I've been through each stepping stone, and hopefully it's just a sign to everyone else that's coming through the system that it is possible to compete against the world's best. And you know, I was saying to some guys down there, just because we're a small island, we shouldn't be limiting ourselves, and we want to be able to push against the best in the world, and you know, we can compete against everyone.
Two more quick questions. First off, on the race itself, certainly not ideal conditions out there. It was pouring with rain. We even had thunder and lightning before the race started as well. How did you cope with such challenging conditions?
I mean, I think we all know on the Isle of Man it's not too dissimilar. We get those nights on the cold Tuesday nights in the Isle of Man. It's a case of racing the competitors and not the conditions. You know, it's the same for everyone. It was puddles forming in lane one. I think it caused the race to speed up and slow down and getting a bit pushy and shovey. So it's just about staying composed and racing against everyone else, and not the rain falling from the sky.
And just finally, if you had a message to anyone out there, budding athletes listening out there to this interview, watching it or whatever, what would you say to them if they have dreams of doing what you've done at the Commonwealth Games?
I think the biggest thing for me is everyone has their own path and everyone has their own journey. You know, we see some of these guys are generational talents when they're youth runners and they're straight onto the international scene. But there's also guys like me that develop later into their career and have to go through each stage. And, you know, I'm 26 years old now, and other people have been doing this for 6 to 10 years already. And, you know, yeah, just follow your own path. And if you've got a dream, just chase after it and go for it.
Just quickly, men's 5,000 metres coming up as well. Confident for that one now?
Yeah, I mean, as ever, the mindset stays the same. It's about recovering and putting myself in the best position to compete on Saturday as well.
Now, while David took the spotlight in the men's 10,000 metre final in Glasgow, his teammate Ollie Lockley put in a strong performance during the same race as well. He finished in 14th overall, but set a new lifetime best at the event. Lockley also spoke to Manx Radio afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the atmosphere was great. Like, I think with it being a small stadium, it just felt like the crowd was right on top of you. So yeah, it was really good. The field was obviously world class, and I knew, the first couple of laps were quite slow, and then you just kind of got a little bit surgy, and then little gaps started to open, and then after about a mile, I was kind of by myself, but I was just trying to focus on maintaining a pace, and it turned out it was a track PB, so it was, I can't complain too much.
No, absolutely incredible work, given the conditions out there. We've had rain, we've had thunder, we've had lightning, but just also a quick word as well on your teammate David Malarkey, who's just won bronze at the Commonwealth Games. How brilliant is that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm so proud of David. Like, he's I remember when I started getting into running back home with Andy Fox's group, and Dave was like, well, I think he's 6 years younger than me, so he would have been little, and he's just every year he's got better and better, and I was in a bit of pain at the end of that race, but I was looking at the big screen and seeing David come third. It just, we're both from Port Erin originally, and I always joke that he's got the fastest time in Russian, so yeah, he works really hard, and he deserves it more than anyone, so yeah.
But what does this say about you and Isle of Man athletics as well? We've got people who are competing with the very best in the world and winning medals.
It's incredible. It just shows, it doesn't matter where you come from, anyone can do it. I mean, there wasn't a single African on the podium today, and it's just unheard of. So, and the fact that Dave's on the podium is just, he needs to he's a big star now. Yeah, he's amazing.
Obviously, Ollie, you've run a very good race there as well. Like you say, track PB, I'm guessing you can't ask for more than that. So what's next for you now? A bit of a rest?
I think so, yeah. I mean, obviously, for me, I was kind of focusing on the longer distances, and then dropped down, and I've ran some really good times personally for me. So just to make it here is a big achievement, and I'm looking forward to a bit of downtime now, and try to anyway.
And we have just heard news from Glasgow regarding Matthew Bostock. He was in that bronze medal race as we were speaking, just coming on air at 6:30. He was in contention for the bronze medal. Unfortunately, he has just been pipped by the man he was racing in that race. So the Australian, he has took the bronze medal ahead of Matthew Bostock, but Matthew Bostock coming away with a 4th place there for Team Isle of Man. A fantastic achievement there in the cycling event for Matthew Bostock. Meanwhile, one of the last male swimming races at the men's 4x100 metre medley relay race team took part, and they signed off in style, setting a new Manx record in the race with 3 minutes and 53.47 seconds. The team was a blend of new first-timers and experienced swimmers as well. The experienced competitors Peter Allen and Joel Watterson were joined by the Games debutants Charlie Foster and Alex Turnbull. All 4 of them spoke to Manx Radio after the last event, starting with Foster speaking about his first experience and the huge impact it's brought to him.
It's been really exciting to compete with just the very top swimmers sort of around the Commonwealth, lots of Olympians here. It's been a really good experience.
And Peter, in that relay as well, obviously the good news from that, you've all just set a new Manx record as well by the best part of 5 seconds as well. Given it has been a tough week for you all, it's been physically and mentally demanding. How nice is that to add that little tick in the check box, if you like, to another record this week?
Yeah, it's always class, being able to race here. We don't really get a chance to race these 4x1s, one course with all the Isle of Man people in one place. So yeah, it's credit to all the lads really. Through the past 4 years we've been able to drop it by 5 seconds. It's credit to wherever we've been training and being able to come together and just smash it together.
And Joel, both individually and within the relays as well, you've had Manx records individually and as part of the relays. There's been personal bests everywhere. We're now to double figures for Manx records in the swimming team this week. What do you think that says about everyone involved, yourselves as competitors, but also the staff and the coaches behind the scenes to make sure everyone's in great condition and you're all able to do as well as you can?
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to thank everyone now, but yeah, just from the coaching staff, team managers, supporters, the people we've got in the stands there, they've been considering we're such a small nation, we've had a good majority of the support in the stands. Then there's all the people at home. We've all had support from Isle of Man Sport in the past. Part of my records have got to be thanks to Majesty pair of skins from Matthew James. The support from Isle of Man Swimming as a whole has been great. It's good to see what we've been able to produce this week.
And Alex, I'll just coming to you, like Charlie as well. You made your debut this week as well. What are the biggest positives that you think you're going to take from this whole experience?
It's just being able to compete on a big stage. The fact now I've dealt with the pressure once. Like, you get used to it, and it just gets better and better from there. I felt like I've really built throughout this week, and like now I'm starting to wish there were more. Maybe I'm like the minority here because I've done 3 events and I want more events. But it's a good day if you're complaining that you didn't make the final. So I've been really happy overall.
19 minutes to 7 here on Friday Sport Preview. From the men to the women, and lots of positive stories which have came out of Isle of Man's swimming team at the Isle of Man at the Commonwealth Games in Scotland over the last week. During the 6 days of competitions, the squad of 14 swimmers have took an intense schedule of events, and they have been rewarded for their efforts, as the swimming team will be heading home having set 12 new Manx records, while there have been more than 40 new lifetime best performances by the individuals. In the final female race of the Isle of Man at the Games, Ella Justice, Libby Curfey, Ciara Patience and Laura Kinley took part in the women's 4x100 metre medley final. Ella starts by telling Manx Radio how proud she was of setting the new island record herself the day before in the women's 50 metre freestyle, while also finding out the big announcement that she may be saying goodbye to Manx swimming.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really good way to finish off the meet. The last 2 days have been quite tough because we've all been quite tired. But yeah, to finish off with a Manx record is really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with that.
So Libby, again, obviously this is of course your Commonwealth Games debut, and whatever happens, this is the last day of swimming. So just from your perspective as well, how have you found the whole experience so far?
Yeah, really good, especially today, being part of a team with these guys, especially Laura, the last race. So yeah, it's been really good. Great meet.
And Ciara, for you personally as well, not just obviously what the relay teams have done, but for you, you've had personal bests out there as well. Is that what the Commonwealth Games is all about? You're not under any pressure to put out outrageous results. You're able to go out there and do your own thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all just try and do our best and represent the island as much as we can. I mean, always grateful for the opportunity to wear the Manx flag. So yeah, it's nice to be able to swim the best that I've ever done on this stage.
And Laura, as Libby just commented on there, is that your last race for the island?
I think so. I've been representing the Isle of Man now for 15 years, so it's half my life, and I love it, and I'm so lucky to have been able to do it for so long. But I think it's time, to pass over to these guys now. I'm not getting any faster now, but I just think I've gone out there and I've fought so hard this week. Even to be here is a win, and having the opportunity to swim with the team one more time is really special. Yeah.
But just on that, you have been one of the standard bearers in women's swimming for many years now. Your 4th Commonwealth Games, you were first competing on the stage at 18 years of age. It's been a fantastic journey so far to this point, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been amazing. As I said, I've loved it. I mean, there's been some big highs and some really big lows, but to be surrounded with such amazing people day in, day out, not just the guys on the team now, but ones that I've competed with over the last 15 years, it's been amazing, and I've loved it. Yeah.
And just finally on that note as well, when you look at obviously your teammates next to you as well, and the rest of the team there as well, how bright is the future for Manx swimming? Even though like you say, you may end up stepping away, there's plenty more coming through.
Oh, it's amazing. The guys this week have done incredible. There's been, I think, Lee, from yesterday there were already 11 Manx records that had been set, so it's in good hands with these guys coming through, and hopefully they can progress again, finals, and bring home medals in the games to come as well.
Manx Radio Sport, brought to you by the Print Shed. Visit theprintshediom.com today to set up your personalised web shop for your sports club or business.
Now, another great story of those representing the Isle of Man at the Games this year has that been the young competitor of Alfie Benzer. He just 17, he flew the Manx flag in the powerlifting in Glasgow and also became the Isle of Man's youngest ever flag bearer during the opening ceremony. After he had spoken to Manx Radio's sports editor Rob Pritchard, he explained how he found the first game of his experience such a good career boost.
Yeah, it was really good. A little bit of a smaller crowd than the opening ceremony, so it was definitely a good taster in the opening ceremony to then go to that. So it wasn't that overwhelming at all. But yeah, I thought the crowd really helped me, and yeah, I really enjoyed it.
And of course, 3 good lifts as well. Can you ask for really much more when you're in a powerlifting competition?
No, yeah, a little bit disappointing because I had quite a bit more left in the tank, and I should have probably put my 3rd lift a bit higher. But yeah, really happy that I got all 3 good lifts, yeah.
But I suppose that's one of those things that you learn and you move on with. So, that just helps with the experience in your powerlifting going forward, doesn't it?
No, yeah, exactly, yeah. It's always good to get a bit of experience, but yeah, really good.
And how's it been generally being able to mix with someone like, the top powerlifters in the world at something like this?
Yeah, it's been good. I haven't really spoke to too many people too much because I'm a lot younger than them, so it's quite hard to know what to say, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've spoken to some people, and yeah, it's been really good. I was speaking to Mark Swan, who's the gold medal in the under-72s, and yeah, it's really inspiring.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? And this is what, we've said it before a couple of times, but you're only 17 years of age, and you're competing at the Commonwealth Games as well, I suppose you'll probably feel it a little bit more in the days to come, but just how much does that mean to you at such a young age to have the chance to be at somewhere like this?
Yeah, I'd say it hasn't really set in yet, like what it really means, to be honest. It just felt like, a normal competition. Obviously a bigger scale, but it just felt like, the same. But yeah, I think in the next few days it'll probably set in, like I've competed at the Commonwealth Games, yeah.
Got to ask you something else. I don't know if you're aware of this, but we are aware that another broadcaster here on their commentary, they described you as the Manx Mountain. Now, first on that side of things, is this something you're aware of?
Yeah, I think Jake made up that name, and yeah, I didn't know he was going to stick to it, but yeah. Yeah.
But word gets around, doesn't it, I guess? And, if you had to sum up maybe in just a couple of words what the Commonwealth Games has been like over these last couple of days, how would you describe it?
Yeah, I'd say I didn't really get a feel for the competition until yesterday, but since yesterday it's been really good, to be honest. Just seeing the crowds, seeing all these athletes who are so passionate for their sports, yeah, it's been really good.
Krista Kane is another athlete that's been making her debut at the Commonwealth Games this year. The running competitor in the final of the women's 5,000 metre in last night's Glasgow. She was a late addition to the Manx squad, having just 3 weeks' notice to prepare ahead of the Games. Krista spoke to Manx Radio.
A really hard race, probably harder than I anticipated, but as you say, I've only had literally 3 weeks notice on the call-up, so it's been very limited preparation time for me. Obviously I'm more accustomed to the marathon, half marathon, so stepping down especially to a 5,000 on the track as well, when road is predominantly where I race. There's a lot of factors, I guess. I just ran out of time in the preparation, and the challenge is you don't want to do too much or adapt your routines too much because you just risk niggles and picking up injuries. So yeah, I've got to be happy, and yeah, just what an experience, really. I'm very grateful to everyone that's got me here. Just being out here and racing with the world's best athletes over the distance is just phenomenal. I probably won't get this experience again, so literally soaking it all up. Standing side by side with those girls in the call room probably used a lot of my energy because you're obviously full of nerves and anxiety. So yeah, very lucky to be here, really.
Just on that point, I think we've talked about it previously, the fact that in the grand scheme of things, you didn't start taking up running all that long ago. It was only a few years ago. If you think to back then and when you first started out, did you ever think that you'd end up being out here at something like the Commonwealth Games on one of the biggest international stages you can represent the Isle of Man at?
Literally never. I wouldn't even say it was in my dreams growing up. It's the kind of thing that you watch on TV, and it's not even reality to think that you'll be stood even probably watching it in person, let alone lining up and being on the same track, like literally shoulder to shoulder with these girls. It's just phenomenal.
when you're in a situation like that as well, is it a bit of a case mindset-wise of you're not focusing on what anyone else is doing? All you can do is run your own race at that point. You know yourself, you know your body and how it works. How much does that factor into it, that you run your race, you don't focus on anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, all the words I've had with the guys, even Ollie and David, during my prep the last few days, and speaking with my coach, the temptation is, like, obviously you come in with a bit of a taper, you feel fresh, and you know they're going to go off at a really hot pace, and yeah, everything in your head is telling you to just run with them and stick with the pack, because that's what I would normally do over the longer distance. But if I was to do that, I would have blown up and probably got a DNF, who knows. So yeah, I'm quite proud of myself and how I ran that today, and just did my own thing. As hard as it was sitting at the back, like literally in no man's land on my own, I'm probably quite proud of how I executed that and just did what I set out to do, albeit a little bit slower than I wanted to go, but hey ho.
And just finally, a quick one on the crowd as well, because they were giving you great support every time you went round as well. Did that kind of keep you going in that scenario, as challenging as it was?
Yeah, I mean, I knew kind of where my family were sitting, and I seen the flag up in the stands, so that was cool. But just Glasgow on the whole, everyone's so supportive. It's been great just chatting with everybody, the public. Everyone's very interested in who we are and what we do and why we come here to race, so that's been really cool. And the noise, even though I was in last position, I think that probably made it even more overwhelming, I guess. Like, you just go past every stand, and each corner you got different waves of people just shouting and screaming at you, so yeah, it's really good.
And of course, Team Isle of Man have been getting showered in praise by the Isle of Man royalty representative. His Excellency, the Lieutenant Governor of the Isle of Man, Sir John Lorimer, has been in attendance at the Glasgow event this week. He has sat down with Rob Pritchard and he's told them how proud he is of the Isle of Man squad.
Absolutely fantastic. So proud. And to see all the athletes, the swimmers, the bowlers and all the others really perform brilliantly has been fantastic, really fantastic.
Big moment for the Isle of Man, David Malarkey winning bronze in the men's 10,000 metre race. The Isle of Man's first Commonwealth medal since 2018 and their first ever Commonwealth medal in athletics as well. How much of an achievement is that, not just for David of course, but for Isle of Man sport?
A huge achievement, and of course Ollie Lockley was in the final as well. To have two Manx athletes in the final of the 10,000 metres was a significant achievement, and what David did was brilliant. And to see him run in really good Manx weather, it was pouring with rain, and that may have helped him. But I don't know. He just looked so good and looked so strong in the last mile or so. He was fantastic, and when he came round with the flag, I think it was just a really good moment.
And for you personally, over the last couple of days, have there been any particular personal highlights for you in your visit?
Well, I love just chatting to the athletes, whether you're meeting them just after they've finished an event or outside. Just to get their feel of what it's like to be part of the Isle of Man team, to be here at a major competition, and just to get that feel from them of what it is like to represent the island at such a high level of sport.
And just lastly, a little bit on that note that you mentioned there, not just for individuals but more generally for the Isle of Man, the fact that Commonwealth Games remains one of the highest levels that you can represent the Isle of Man at. How important is something like the Commonwealth Games to sporting individuals and sporting teams across the Isle of Man, not just for the here and now but for the long term?
Well, I think a success like last night with David, it proves to all of us on the island that real success at this level can be achieved by people who live and train on the island and are from the island, and I think that's fantastic. So it's a brilliant example, and hopefully it will help far a few people's imagination and their aspirations who are starting their sporting career. But I just think for the island to be represented here is terrific. And I must say, last night we were incredibly proud, but incredibly proud about all the athletes. We were at the bowls with Mark McGrill, a fantastic game he played, and it was just really, it was very proud to be able to see people that we know competing at such a high level and doing so well.
Now back here on the Isle of Man, FC Isle of Man kick off their 5th season in English football this weekend. The Ravens welcome FC St Helens to the home of the Bowl this Saturday here on the Isle of Man, 6 o'clock kickoff. Lee Dixon takes his first game in charge of FC Isle of Man after being appointed as manager earlier in the summer. Darren Timpson spoke to him ahead of the game.
If I go back 2 months ago and I was looking at pre-season and I had 10 million ideas racing around in my head of what I thought it was going to look like and what I wanted it to look like, it hasn't really been like that at all. I went into it with a lot softer approach. I didn't want to chuck too much at the players. I wanted to be a little bit more organic. I wanted them to come down and feel our way into it together and try and build and develop something really. So being a lot slower than I first anticipated and what I wanted it to look like, and the lads will find this hard to believe, but I've been much softer with them in terms of my approach. I've been very direct with my message. That's been very clear of what we want from them and what we require from them. But there's still an awful lot to come, but I've got to the mindset that it needs to happen over time. I don't want to give them too much too early and scare people off or wear them down emotionally or physically. So yeah, it's a bit of a soft approach into the season. We haven't had probably the volume of games we needed. And that's one area that's suffered massively, and that's been due to the fact that I've been transitioning from the board across to the playing side again. And in the past, it's been my job to organise the pre-season friendlies. And due to the fact that the festival is so intense, and I was obviously trying to get a handle on the football side again, that got neglected a little bit. So probably haven't had the amount of games we wanted. But again, we've got plenty of games due now. The season will start and they'll come thick and fast at us, and we'll hopefully be able to build up our match fitness and try and build a head of steam through that.
Going further into this weekend's game as well, how much preparation have you been able to do, I suppose, for St Helens coming into Saturday? We haven't done anything with regards to what they are, and the problem with our league is you never know what any team is going to have. Like, teams change their managers so much in the season, and literally on cue every player will leave and you'll have a whole new set of players come in. So because it's the first game of the season and no one's up and running, and it'll be hard to get hold of footage from any of their pre-season games and stuff, our tendency has been to just worry about ourselves. I just want to get the best players we can in the squad training and in games, and I want to get them on the pitch doing what we're good at, and then we'll start worrying within games around what the other team's about. And obviously one of the ways I do work is I like working from the sidelines minute by minute and identifying problems and situations and dealing with them in the moment. Other managers like to prepare and know exactly what the other team are doing and try and counteract what their threats are. There won't be very much of that from me. As the season develops, it might change a little bit, and you know a little bit more about the teams you're up against and who's doing well in the league that season and who the main goal scorers are and the main threats are. You develop that knowledge, but I like working from the sidelines to worry about what we're good at and get us functioning properly. And then within games, we'll see what the opposition's threats are and try and deal with them. We want to get off to a flying start. You know, everyone's full of optimism, and pre-season's been very positive in so many aspects. But like I said, there's still so much to work at and develop and move forward on the journey together. And hopefully come Saturday, it'll be the start of something positive.
Full live commentary on DAB and AM 1368 from 6 p.m. That's it from me on Friday Sport Preview. Chris Kinley is standing by with Greater Tit. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Speak to you soon.
Manx Radio Sport, brought to you by the Print Shed. Visit theprintshediom.com today to set up your personalised web shop for your sports club or business.